Hi folks, welcome to Coil's Vapor Reviews. Once again, welcome to my videos. This is a review for a variable wattage device. Now before we get onto this review, just a bit of channel information for you. Elegant Vapor, which is the vendor that used to supply me the devices. I haven't had anything off them for a while now. The bricks and mortar store that I used to go up to, used to frequent now and again, it's closed down, and Elegant Vapor are just running the website now, so there's no bricks and mortar, so I don't get any of the devices to bring home, etc. Whether they send any on to me or not, I don't know, but I haven't had any contact with them now for a couple of weeks, and I've been trying to source other vendors to source me devices for review. I've had a couple of little offers from Steve at Angel Fire Mods has provided me with something, and who else has supplied? A few China companies as well got in touch, but there's nothing concrete. So at the moment the channel is just going to be from what it's going to be the reviews I do on the channel are going to be what I've purchased personally myself, which is what I used to do anyway, but obviously they won't be coming as frequently as they were when I was reviewing devices that I was getting from Elegant Vapor. Bit of a shame that Elegant Vapor has ceased trading in the bricks and mortar store. Excuse me, but they are still going on the website and that. But as from now on, I won't be getting any devices from Elegant Vapor. That's my knowledge of it anyway. So onto the review of something that I purchased myself, and it's Black Friday came and went. I went on joyetech.co.uk because I wanted to try one of these eGrips, and that's what I got, and it come through today. Now before I get into the review, this is what came through the door. You get a Joyetech charger, 3-pin charger, which is separate from what you get in the box, because it doesn't come with anything, a charger in the box, because we in the UK, I think they supply these originally with an EU charger or a US charger in the box, but these obviously 3-pin ones don't fit in. So when you open the box, it's just an iPhone, what I call an iPhone type box. It's good packaging from Joyetech. Really good packaging, and it's as you can see, it's a 1500 mAh battery, non-replaceable. You have to charge it up through USB, micro USB cable that comes with it, and it's a 20-watt device. It's 8 to 20-watt device, and we'll get onto that in a minute. You pull the styrofoam out, your mod sits in there like that, and then in the box you get a key. I'll show you what that's for in a minute. Spare CS dual coil 1.5 ohm atomizer, and it only uses these coils, doesn't use any other coil in the Joyetech range, just the CS atomizer head for the eGrip. Excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. Now you also get a warranty card, and on the back of the warranty card is your Joyetech scratch and check authenticity barcode, and a manual, user manual, which I would read to, because it's in different languages. There's about four or five pages for the English, the rest is different languages. Now in the manual there's an attention sticker. Now obviously this is going to be a revised instruction to what's in the manual, and I'll read it out to you. The button light will go out when the device is fully charged. The description in the manual is incorrect, and so it's saying please subject to this version, in other words this actual instruction, and it says please do remember to screw up the atomizer head before use. So that's the safety stuff. Because it's got no battery that you take out, it's got all the protections built inside, built into it. And I'm opening up the USB cable. They're not something my throat today. And it's a nice quality USB cable, as you would expect from Joyetech. And I'll put that back in. I don't tend to use them actually, I just leave them in the box because I've got loads of them. Leave the key out. I'll put the atomizer head back in. Now, when it came to me, this is like a strapping for lifting the thing up, lifting this styrofoam out, and this device sits in there. Because there's no charger in, my eGrip was like out of this styrofoam because that's how the box was inside. So really Joyetech need to put something underneath this styrofoam for transit packaging, because in transit it's falling out and it could damage the device. So that's something for Joyetech anyway. Now it ticks on the back of the box which colour you have, because they do it in black, silver, a chrome one which is not on the UK website, a wood, and a camo. I will get rid of this frog in my throat before long. Now, out of the box, I always try to, as a reviewer, gauge what the reaction is when you pull a device out the box. Obviously it was sitting in wonky in the box, it was out of its styrofoam, so I thought, oh, it's going to have scratches all over the place, because that was out as well, was fully out. And I pulled it out and it's no scratches on it, it's okay, feels really nice in the hand. But the button here is so wobbly, it's unbelievable. It is proper wobbly. I've never seen a button wobble. I'll just see if I can get you in focus. Look at the wobble on that button. It's terrible. It is bad. For Joyetech, it's bad. And it was that bad, I thought it just feels like the button's going to fall. It feels like the button's going to fall off. So I phoned Joyetech up, spoke to a guy named Richard, and he's supposed to be sending me a package to send this back. No offer of a direct replacement or anything like that. But you know, if that's what they do, that's what they do. So that's one major gripe. I've never heard that mentioned on any other review that I've seen of the eGrip. Now also the button has been redesigned again. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dots. And on the 5th big dot it says 20 watts. So I'm assuming the smaller dots, the smallest dot there is 8 watts. This is supposed to be an 8 to 20 watt mod, or it is an 8 to 20 watt mod, and it goes up in 1.5 increments. So you turn the dial and you can turn it anyway and it clicks, and then you've got another, just create and focus again, at the bottom you've got VW and a light below. I'll show you when it's there, that's when you're firing it. See, look, that's flashing, look now. So yeah, that button's very dodgy for me, really. That's probably the worst button feeling wise that I've used. It is really bad. It feels like it's going to fall off any second, and I've used a few. Anyway, on the prototype of this, it had 4 square marks. I mean, look at the button, it's terrible. And it had numerical numbers on it all the way round. At least 4, I think it was, 4 numbers. Now it's only got 1 number. So really, it's what I call, they need to redesign this button. They need to redesign how it goes into the eGrip, because it's so loose, it feels like it's going to fall off. And you also need to put more numbers on here. I've got it set, I believe, it's around about halfway now, so it's probably around about 11 watts, 12, probably about 11 watts, 10, 11 watts. And it vapes fine. It vapes fine. I'll have a vape on it. As you can see, plenty of vaping. I'm using a 50/50 Spectrum Vaping's custard cream, which is so nice in here. The drip tip is removable, and you can put your own drip tip in there if you fancy. And it has a glass tank, and there's the eGrip logo at the bottom. Now this is your airflow screw at the bottom here, and then that's where your airflow goes in, and then this is your coil housing screw and your micro USB, and then on the other side it's got Joyetech logo. Show you that there. Now the finish on this is one I've got. It's called a brush steel finish, so it's got a polished chrome top and bottom, and it's like a matte finish on the outside, and obviously the glass tank in the middle, which is inside. Now this glass tank does not come out at all, and I've been told that if you use water to wash this out, it will invalidate the warranty. So obviously, because it's inbuilt tank, they told me to use, when I questioned them about it, they said to use just flavourless VG to get rid of the other flavour that's in there if you have to change over. And what you've got here on the side is your fill port. Now you open it up with this latch like so, and then you've got a small hole and a big hole. Big hole is where you put your juice, and the smaller hole is for letting the air come out of the tank. And as you fill it, you'll see your juice level fill up. I just put it on a slight tilt that way, should I say, when I'm filling it up. And then it's got a little rubber bung that stops the juice coming back out through the hole. So what you do is you fill it up and then you click it down. Now I believe it's around about, it doesn't actually mention on the website what mils this holds. Well, it's around about 5 mil I can get in there. It's quite a big tank, and it feels solid. Now I'll take this off in a second. My other gripe is this here does not screw in flush with the bottom of here, so when you stand it up there's a little bit of a wobble, because this is proud of this polished base slightly, and that's probably over tightening it a bit as well like that. So that's another little negative which I haven't seen mentioned anywhere. So what you do is you can use that end, or I use it like that, and you put your key in and unscrew this out like so. What you're doing is unscrewing, and normally it's no reverse threaded or anything like that. Keep the device upright. Let me just go down a little bit. Keep the device upright, and then it gets to a point where you can unscrew it with your fingers, he says. It is a bit of a faff really to open it up. It's not quite open now. There you go. You have to give it a little bit of a lift. It's just got a bit of suction in there. And then that's where your coil sits, your coil housing, and that's your CS atomizer. It's just, there you go. And it's got the CS atomizer. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 elongated juice channels. It wicks very well, and I've only used this for a couple of hours so far, and it seems very, very good at the moment. A little bit of break in time. Still not getting a great flavour from it, but it's only been in a couple of hours. And these heads supposed to probably last, on average, probably a couple of weeks from other reviews that I've seen on it. And your airflow holes are obviously 4 of them around there. You can see them there. That's where your airflow goes into your coil. Sorry about the emergency services vehicle going past. So we'll screw this back in again. Just be careful when you start the threading off on this, because I've nearly double cross threaded it a couple of times. Yeah, I've screwed that in actually a bit more now, and it seems to be a little bit more flush. It's just that it's that white piece, the insulation around the thing, that sticks out slightly, very, very ever so slightly, but it's, it is a little gripe of mine. So we'll just give it a whack, because a bit of condensation has just come out of the drip tip area. So we'll stick the drip tip back in. We'll go up a little bit, and I mean I've got this nearly halfway so on the dial, but if it's 1.5 increments from 8 watts, so that's the first dot, the smallest dot is 8 watts. The next one should be 9.5. The next one should be 11. So this should be 11 watts if the website is correct. Yeah, I would say that there's 11 watts, to be honest. 11, so that's going to be 12.5 watts. So when it looks as though, when the 20's at the top, when the 20's at the top, and that's your mark at the bottom here, that's 12.5 watts. So just open the coil up so it's still. As you can see, plenty of vapor. Flavour is very good at the moment. It's just breaking in, I think, now. But it does a bit of breaking time with the coils, from what I've experienced anyway. It is a fingerprint magnet. This brush steel one is, because it's more of it. It's a smooth finish. They call it brush steel, but it's not really brushed. It's more of a smooth finish. But it's a really nice colour, the silver. I was going to buy the wood Luke one, but it's out of stock on joyetech.co.uk at the moment. So overall, I'm unimpressed with the button. Very, very unimpressed with the button. It's really, really loose, and that's the button rattling. That is. It's really, really bad, in my opinion. And from other devices that I've used, I've got a review of the Smock 50 watt coming up, which is in a similar price range, although different styles. But this is 50 quid, 55 quid, and this is normally 50 odd quid. I purchased it from Joyetech and with 20% off, 43. So, but obviously two different devices really, wattage wise, but no rattle on them. And the button's really smart. See, this button is also your obviously your variable wattage adjuster, and whether that play needs to be there or not, I don't know. But I'm sure it's not supposed to have that much play. It does feel like it's going to come off, because the button isn't metal. It looks metal, but it's plastic. It is plastic. So let's have another vape. Lovely. So yeah, it is breaking in. This coil is now. The flavour's really coming through on that. Really nice. So, oh, and I bought also, whilst the 20% offer is still on there at the present moment I'm doing this video as well, I bought another pack of them CS coils as well. 5-pack, which was £11.99, normally 15 quid. So that's that then for them. Right, that's the review over, guys. I hope Joyetech actually do watch some of their product reviews that people do, because that button needs a good scene to be honest. Whether it's just my device or not, I'm not sure, because I've only got the one device, but it would be under normal circumstances, if a normal would be a sending back job, really. It is pretty bad. For Joyetech, that's bad. So, but you know, some people will live with it, some people wouldn't. I wouldn't, to be honest. And that's like I said, I spoke to Joyetech about it, and he said there was, when I mentioned the button rattle and the button wobble, he said the button does wobble a little bit. And I said, well, I would assume that it had a bit of wobble, but not as much as it has. But that's the major gripe. Apart from that, it works fine. It vapes well. 1500 mAh battery. It's going to last you all day. It's the wattage that I use mine at, which is roughly between 12.5 and 14 watts. It's going to last most of the day, that is. If you're going to start vaping it at full 20 watts, which these CS atomizers supposedly can vape at, I haven't tried it yet, but it's going to last you all day at 13 watts, 14 watts. Also, I tend to hold it like this every now and again. It's just natural. And what happens if you hold it like that is you end up blocking the air hole up sometimes. So you have to be careful of that. Because if you do that, you'll know you're doing it, because it'll just be a tight draw. You'll just be dead tight and there'll be no airflow getting to it. So I try to keep my little finger off the bottom of the mod, but because it's so small, like in the hand, you can't see it. But it is a cracking vape, But apart from that little problem with the build quality of the button, which I think, I'm only saying it because Joyetech have always been, for me, their quality standards have always been very good in the products I've had in the past, and the eVic Supreme I've got there, it's quality, and that button doesn't feel like a Joyetech button, if you know what I mean. But thanks for watching, guys, and thanks for watching the video. Hope I'm not gonna lose subscribers with the loss of my devices from the vendor I was getting them from. But I hope to see you again with another review, which I've got coming up, which is the Smok X Pro BT50, which is a cracking bit of kit. For, I got this in Black Friday from Steve at Angel Fire Mods as well, and I've got this at 23 watts with a Magma on at the moment. Superb. And your Bluetooth as well, that is as well, and it does work very well. So yeah, that's for another review. Thanks for watching, guys. Any comments on the video, just leave them on the YouTube video underneath, or you can catch me on the AAEC forum. Richo71 is the avatar. Also got on the YouTube channel my Facebook, Twitter, Google Plus links as well. But thanks for watching again, and I'll see you in the next review. Thanks, guys.